All right, so let's talk a little bit about food and supplements. Most supplements out there are nonsense. They're not effective. In fact, your body can't even absorb them. Your body will basically pee them out. So in essence, you're peeing away your money. I don't want that for you. A big objective I have is to save you as much money as I possibly can. And again, most supplements, no matter how amazing they seem and sound, don't work. There are some out there that do work, and I'm going to, in this program, help you figure out which ones those are. And I'll even give you access to the programs that I personally use. But just understand that most of these supplements are not effective. They have really, really big budgets for marketing. They have excellent packaging. I mean, it looks amazing, but it's not regulated. So they can say whatever they want to. They can lie, and it's okay. Again, not all of them do that. There are some really good ones out there. But most of them are terrible, and you'll never get a benefit from them. And a lot of these fat-burning supplements sometimes actually can make you fatter. They tax your body so much that it actually will cause you to grow fatter. You'll lose, remember when we talked about this the other day too, when we talked about the scale, is when you lose weight on the scale, a lot of times it's just water. That's not beneficial. I mean, that works against you massively. So be very conscientious. Most supplements do not work. In point of fact, you cannot use any supplements if you knew how to maintain and keep a balanced diet. And that's what we're going to really focus on in this program, is I'm going to teach you how to eat in a really balanced way. I'm going to help you understand how the foods work. And I'll take you actually with me to the grocery store, and I'll point out everything that you should, try and enjoy and everything that you should avoid. And there are health foods in the grocery store that will actually make you fat. You have to understand what the ingredients are and what they do. So I really want to help you understand how to see through all that stuff. Demystify nutrition, as it were. But right now I want to tell you about the main components of nutrition. There's carbohydrates, there's fats, and there are proteins. And there's vitamins, minerals, water. But we're going to focus on the first three. Carbohydrates are not as bad as most people want you to think. They're actually the most abundant fuel source in your body. It's your brain's main fuel. Your brain really requires it. That's why we always, crave sugars at the end of the day. Now, carbohydrates come in three forms: super fast, slow, and then fiber. The super fast carbohydrates act like jet fuel, give you all sorts of energy, and you're just ready to do a whole bunch of stuff, and you're really excited, and you're super fast, and you're like sugar high, all right? And it's fun and it's exciting, but man, you crash for it, all right? I don't know about you, but I have crashed before. It's not an enjoyable pastime. And you find that in the candy bars and the white rice and the white flour and that kind of stuff. High fructose corn syrup. Start looking in your ingredients. I want you to try and avoid high fructose corn syrup. I'll talk to you more about that later on. Anything that gets into your body too fast, any sugar that gets into your body too fast, any carbohydrate that gets into your body too fast, alters your insulin levels. Your body gets concerned about it. So what happens is it shuts off fat burning systems. So if you have too much sugar, guess what? You have just stopped all fat burning. And what happens is your body turns up the carbohydrate burning, systems. So you're going to burn carbohydrates much faster, and your body has insulin trying to pull it out of your bloodstream to bring you back to normal, bring you back to balance. So this is working against you really fast. Insulin's sucking all the sugar out of your system, and you're burning it twice as fast. Now guess what happens in just a few minutes or 2 hours typically? That's that crashing point. That's what happens. That's what a crash is. And so what's your first inclination when you crash? More sugar, right? Problem, perpetuates itself, keeps going nonstop, until what happens? Eventually we go to sleep, and our body's able to balance it when we're sleeping. So understand, sugars taste yummy, and there are better sources of sugar out there. For instance, fruit, it's fructose. It's absorbed a little bit slower, so it's a little bit less. Be very aware of sugar that you put in your body. I'm not telling you not to eat sugar, and part of the fact in this program, we will have sugar, we'll have ice cream. You have to enjoy life, but I want you to understand the effects it's going to have on your body. The slower carbohydrates, complex carbohydrates, take more time for your body to break it down. And what these do is they actually slow the absorption of anything that's coming into your body, and they over the course of hours instead of just seconds or minutes, will break down gradually, and it gives you a prolonged energy source you can draw from as you go about whatever you're doing. Whole grains, different types of vegetables. These are really good sources. And you want to stay closer to that because, like I said, if you want to crash, it's your body. You can do what you want to. I have no control over that. But if you want to lose fat, you're not going to do it if you're eating all sugars. It's just not possible. Your body won't burn fat. It gets stubborn. It gets mad. It puts its foot down, basically, and says, no, I'm not burning fat. I have sugar to focus on. So be careful and understand the contrast between the fast and the slower. And then you have fiber. Fiber is super slow. Basically, your body can't even break it down, so what it does is it acts as like a bulldozer pushing everything through your body, quite literally. And it's really important that you make sure you get enough fiber in your diet because fiber absorbs a lot of other toxic things as it moves through your body. And I'll explain more of that stuff as we go on. Then proteins. Protein is really critical. It's a building block of your body, basically, muscle tissue, and all sorts of important things. It really plays a role in how your brain functions. There's some people who have too much protein. There's some people who have not enough protein. Too much protein is going to bring your body into more of an acidic environment, which is going to, again, it's going to stop you from burning fat because your body has to protect itself, and it makes a whole bunch of fat to do that. And I will explain all that stuff later on. Understand you want to have a good balance of protein. And typically what they say is you want to have 1.2 grams per kilogram of body weight. And roughly what that translates into is about, I think, 1 gram per pound of weight. I think that's correct. I'll double check. I'll put that information here someplace. The great part about protein, though, is it slows down the absorption of everything you're eating. And then it also will increase dopamine levels in your brain. The more dopamine you have, the better you feel, the more you want to get stuff done. That's why high-protein diets usually make you feel really focused and really, really driven. That's why. Your brain's producing more dopamine because of the protein. Protein also is really taxing for the body to break down, so it has a higher calorie expenditure than, say, carbohydrates. And we'll talk more about that stuff, like I said, later and throughout the program. But so you have these two, and then there's obviously a third, fat. Fat's not bad for you, but there are fats that are bad for you. The fats you find like at fried food places and all that stuff, basically it's designed to kill you, unfortunately. Don't get me wrong, I like fried food once in a while too, but at the same time we have to appreciate that it's super toxic to our body. And there are different kinds of fat that quite literally will kill you really effectively and really fast, and they make your brain not function so great. So you want to be very aware of what kind of fat you put in your body, because bad fats are not only going to stop you from burning your fat, but they're going to kill you. But then you have on the other side good fats like you find in fish or in some nuts and some vegetables. These kinds of fats will actually help your brain function better, give you better skin tone, will help you to burn more fat. Believe it or not, fat will help you to burn more of your body's fat if you eat the right kind. And it help you in so many different ways. So understand these are 3 main macronutrients. So you have 3 types of carbohydrates. You have protein, you have not enough, an abundance, or a balance, but you want to make sure you have a balance. And you have fats. You have deadly fats, and you have really important fats. So these are the main building blocks of who you are. The more you can come to understand this stuff, the better off it is. And like I said, throughout the course of this program, we will really just demystify nutrition. And I'll show you what foods have what kind of effect, what you can expect, and basically how to put it all together. And so it's tasty, obviously, so you don't have cravings, but also so that you have an abundance of energy, continue to burn a whole bunch of fat, and that you just are healthy. Right? I want you to healthy. I want to see you really, really healthy, and your diet is critical. In point of fact, the diet is probably the most important thing there is. No amount of exercise can, take care of thousands of calories. If you're taking thousands and thousands and thousands of calories a day, no matter how much you exercise, you're still going to get fat. But if you eat correctly, if you know how to balance your food, you're going to get all the nutrients you require. You're not going to be hungry. You're going to have tons of energy, and your body's going to start, you're going to start noticing an amazing change taking place, both internally and externally. So appreciate the kind of foods you put in your body. I'd love to hear, if you would, in the comment section, give me an idea of what kind of foods or what your diet looks like. Not too much, but give me kind of an example of what one of your meals might look like. And and let me know if you think you can improve it somehow and how you'd go about improving it. I look forward to seeing that. I'd be curious to see where you are with your present nutrition habits.